Hello, my name is Feki and my number study is 220-5531 and 007. In this video, I want to explain the Manufacturing Engineering and Technology book, chapter 2. They have title Mechanical Behavior, Testing and Manufacturing Properties of Material. So here we go. Okay, in this slide we have introduction. Introduction is they have focus on how material respond to external force. It introduce different mechanical testing methods such as tension, compression, bending, hardness, fatigue, grip, and impact. So these tests are important because forming process like frogging, rolling, and extruding really on understanding mechanical behavior. This chapter is end with a discussion on material failure and fracture. Okay, so that is just introduction for me. You can see on the table we have material mechanical properties with hardness, strength, torque, stiffness, strength, and density. So in the next slide we have tension. The tension is the most widely used mechanical test. It provides tensile data such as elastic tensile strength, ductility, and toughness. Standard specimens are cylindrical but can also be flat or tubular. Yeah, you can see on this image they like specimen stick and cross on the middle of the specimen like a broke crash. The test is conducted under controlled temperature and strain, and the outcome is the stress curve. So we have the stress curve in the top of image that is like offside, elastic stress, and plastic like fracture and strain. So next slide is steel tension stress strain curve. In this slide we explain about the curve of stress strain curve, about broke the specimen. So the strain stress curve show how materials behave under load. In the elastic region, the material follow Hooke's law and return to its original shapes when unloaded. Beyond the proportional limit, plastic deformation began. Yield stress is defined using the 0.2 present offset method. The maximum stress reached is called the ultimate tensile strength, with the followed by necking and final fracture. You can see on this table 2.2, they have non-metallic material and metallical material. Okay, in this slide, steel tension have ductility. Ductility show the engineering stress and strain are based on the original dimension of the specimen. However, during the formation, they are changed. So true stress and strain give a more accurate description. True stress is load divided by the actual area, and true strain is the natural logarithm of the length ratio. This relationship is more representative up to factor. Okay, you can see the engineering stress like P by A, and through stress, engineering strain, through strain like strain curve is more accurate up to factor. Okay, still tension, through stress and through strain. Through stress and through strain give us about in the elastic region, deformation disperse after unloading. In the plastic region, permanent deformation remain. This distinction is important in manufacturing because plastic deformation allows saving of material, while elastic recovery can after dimensional accuracy. Like if you put rubber and you give strain on the rubber, they have elasticitas and can come back for the shapes before the strains, like elastic. Okay, next slide is construction of strain stress curve. This is just construction of the stress strain curve. They tells about the curve tells about material can be strained in the different way. Strain hardness across of deformation increases the deformation, and grain refinement improves strength by reducing grain size. If you reducing the grain size, they like smaller than before specimen like testing. Solid solution strengthening happiness when foreign atom hinder the selection movement. Precipitation also contributes additionally higher strain rate can make material strong due to strain rate hardening. Okay, next slide. The next slide is still tension. Temperature and strain rate significantly influence mechanical behavior. At higher temperature, material become more difficult and tougher, but their yield strength decreases. At higher stress rate, material behavior strong. These effects are important in selecting proper manufacturing conditional. Okay, in this slide we have compression. The compression is test a specimen in passed between two pellets. This test simulasi many real manufacturing process such as forging and extrusion. However, friction between the specimen and the platens cause barreling, which affect accuracy. Brittle material often perform better in compression than in tension. Okay, next slide. We have torsion. The torsion test measure the shear properties of material. It is commonly used for shapes The test providers share stress and strain data which are calculated from torsi and angle of twist. Like you have rotate the cylinder and check the dimension of the cylinder, and they have like in the middle have test of this test torsion. Okay, the maximum bending moment, bending, or we can call flexure. Bending tests are especially useful for brittle material like ceramic and glass. They help determine the modulus of rupture. Two main setups are used: their point bending for point bending. Okay, in this slide we have test hardness. Hardness test is the resistance to indentation or scratching. It indicates strength and wear resistant. Common hardness tests include Brinell, Rockwell, Fixer, Knopp, Moss, and Shore. Each method is suitable for different application. We can see the item, the inventor of test hardness. There is a small item like you can see on laboratorium. Okay, in this slide we have hardness test theory. Like hardness test value or often correlate with strength. For example, the ultimate tensile strength is roughly there and half time the Brinell hardness number. Conversion cards are used to compare different hardness scales. Like the size is more important in this test hardness. Okay, and then in this slide we have fatigue. The fatigue is the failure of material under cycle or repeat loading. Crack from the grow with each cycle until the future occurs. The SN curve show the relation between stress and number of cycle. The endurance limit is the stress level below which fatigue failure will not occur. Yeah, like little bit deeper than the material because have pressure in the middle of material test or specimen. Next we have creep, like curve. This is creep curve is a time dependent deformation under the cost load, especially at elevated temperatures. The creep curves has their stages: primary, secondary, and tertiary, which end in rupture. Creep is critical in applications such as turbines, steam pipes, and jet engine. Okay, in this slide we have impact test or the test impact. The impact test measure the energy absorbed by a material before fracture. Two common methods are the creepy test, which uses a supported specimen, and the Izod test, which uses a cantilever specimen. The tests are used to identify the ductile to brittle transition temperature. Like you give your block specimen material like iron in the middle of this item, and you can pull over the hammer, and after that release the hammer and crash the specimen. Okay, next is failure and fracture of material in manufacturing and service. Failure can occur the different from ductile fracture involves significant plastic deformation, often forming a cup and cone shape. Brittle fracture occurs suddenly with little warning and is more dangerous. Material can also fail but buckling under compression. Factors like inclusion, void, and surface defect influence. This is how the material failure fatigue can break. There is example for specimen, and this is the other same specimen, like broke in the middle, and the particle structure like low carbon steel. This is image the zoom for the broke specimen, like structure and molecule. And after this we have residual stress. Residual stresses is remain inside a material even after external load are removed. Surface tensile residual stresses may lead to cracking. The stress can be relieved by stress relief annealing, further deformation, or relaxation methods. And 2.12 work, heat, and temperature. You can see during deformation, part of the mechanical work is converted into heat. This effect is especially important in hot working process such as forging, rolling, and extrusion. The heat generation after mechanical flow and tool life. Okay, they're all for me. Thank you very much for watching.